Hey, how you doing? This is Coach Karvell Bailey. So what I want to talk about today is without sports, now what do we see? Without sports, now what do we have, right? And so I really want to speak to my parents today, as well as my coaches, right? I really want to speak to my parents and my coaches. What do we have without sports? And this is the thought that a lot of people have been talking about. What do we have, besides sports? We need it, right? We need the NBA to put themselves in a bubble to come back, right? We need baseball. We need football. We need all those things. Well, now we know that football, college football at least, is not going to play this year, right? They're postponing it, maybe until later. Maybe the season may not play this year. We don't know what basketball is going to do. They may follow, they may not. But why do we need sports? So much, right? Why do we need sports so much? And again, that's what everybody has been talking about, but we know why sports is important. We know why sports is important, that it helps with, team building, problem solving, all of those things. We understand the many reasons why sports, but we have to also understand without sports, what do we have, right? But we still have a lot. We still have a lot without sports. So now is where, as the coaches, you really get to find out what you've been coaching, what you've been doing all this time. As the parents, you really get to find out who you've been involving your kids with, where you've been sending them, what's going on, right? Because sports should help replicate and duplicate parts of life. And so if it's done right, if sports are done right, then without sports, well, now you still leave with a small replication as well as duplication of how to proceed in life, because the ball stops bouncing at some point in time. The ball will stop bouncing for everybody. The ball may stop bouncing for a week, may stop bouncing for a game. It may stop bouncing for a few minutes, let's say the rest of the game, right, to where you're not able to participate. And then eventually the ball just completely stops. And now you have to find your way still and weave your way back into the game, even though the ball is not bouncing anymore. I hope that I'm not getting too deep, but my point of saying this is we have so much more to look forward to, even if that ball has stopped bouncing. So what we will find out in the near future is what have been some of the lessons, what's been some of the life lessons, some of the character traits, some of the things that's been instilled in our student athletes while they've been playing sports, competitive sports, mind you. So, here's the thing for all my coaches as well as all my parents, right? I want you to go back and I want you to dig and I want you to ask your athlete, what have they learned, right? Positively, and things that they can improve on from sports. What have they learned from sports? Because right now is where they're going to have to dig. They're going to have to pull and dig into themselves, right? What's been deposited in their toolbox. Now they have to take those tools out and work throughout life when there's not any sports. And so this is why I'm always saying, one, right? Bless the ball. You understand that we're blessed to be able to play a certain game and play for a certain amount of time. We're blessed to be able to do that each and every day. But once that stops happening, right, you have to understand life through the game of basketball or football, whatever it may be. And so without sports, what do we have? I say we have so much more that we can do, so much more that we can look forward to, so much more that we can implore and empower our student athletes with, to be able to channel from the things that they've learned with sports and with basketball particularly, and now carry it on throughout life. Because sports will return, but if sports is not there this year, there's so much more, so many more skills that they can pick up on that will accelerate and enhance their basketball game even well beyond when play starts back up. All right, and so this is what I want for you to help your athlete understand. And so if you don't understand, or if you feel that you aren't the person for it, right, then reach out to me. Me and my team can definitely help. Schedule an appointment with us. We can get your athlete a full comprehensive assessment so that they can understand where their strengths are in sport as well as in life. And once they understand what their strengths are, right, not their skill set, but when they understand what their strengths, what their superpowers are, what their gifts are, now they can be able to use those strengths and superpowers and channel them not only into sport on the court, but also off the court. And this will carry them so much further in life. So if you want to get that assessment for your student athlete, reach out to me. And you know, we can set up a call, we can get things done for them. And if you want to know the 3 main tips to be able to help the student athlete get the right scholarship for them when that time comes, then go check out my case study video, my free case study video at b2bsdhoopsmastery.com. That's b2bsdhoopsmastery.com. Coach Karvell Bailey, talk to you guys. Listen, it's so much more from sports that we can learn if the ball is bouncing or if the ball is not bouncing, right? Now's the time to take advantage of it.